dream of vision. For vision, more fine lace, you can still bring your stuff. Yeah. This big giant's talking New York with a skyline bleeds. Basketball dreams in the football seas. Got a mic in the hand and a vision that feeds. In the fantasy realms where the ghost dog leads. He's a shadow on the court and a phantom on the field. Timberland stomping, truth never concealed. Got my podcast lit, each story revealed. Talk Ryan legends and hoops that appeal.
Here is GhostDog here at GhostDog's Big Talk. Because I talk big like a giant as I do all the science. Doing the football mathematics like a Mayan. You know what time it is. If you are new to the channel, if you feel that vibe, make sure you hit that subscribe. Absolutely, absolutely. News is coming in hot, fresh off the presses. First joint practice between the Giants and the Jets, the big bros versus the little bros. And I gotta say, man, little bros came in swinging. But that being the case, from what I'm hearing, right, a little bit of a tale of the two halves, if you will. You know what I'm saying? However, as I said, the Jets, the little bros, as I like to call them, they just came in swinging, was shutting it down. 11 on 11s. A couple times there where Wilson would have been sacked by McDonald, and another one with Tufele, if I'm saying it right. A couple holds as well, from what I'm getting. Just stuff that needs to be cleaned up. This O-line was, doing things on Saturday. I don't know if it was, not enough time to rest or what have you. But it's good that we got these players and we playing with intensity. A couple things as well. Before I even get more into it, a couple notable players actually sat out this practice. Neighbors, Hyatt, Andrew Thomas, Neal, some key players, starters on our team, especially on offense. So it's expected to be a little bit of a struggle. I'm happy that they got those people on ice, though. Maintenance. We know what Evan Neal has struggled with injury and position-wise. I want him to succeed. Him starting at guard or having that option to do so. Yes, same thing with Andrew Thomas. We know with his injury history. So maintenance. Let's keep them on ice. Hopefully, there's reporting that Andrew Thomas might be making a premiere in the last preseason game. So let's fingers crossed. We know how important he is on that left tackle side. I can't stress that enough. However, as I said, offensive line needs to clean it up. The penalties is an issue. Giving up the sacks is an issue. However, yet it's good that they're getting this done in the joint practice. Let's use this time to iron out all the wrinkles, right? Trim the fat, as they say. Again, first half offensive struggles. Defense was putting it on us. And then, our defense was making some noise here and there. However, oh, man, Banks. Lord have mercy. And there was a tweet out there by Ralph. What's his name here? Ralph Acciano. Apparently, at some point towards the end of the practice, he ran to the locker room or was sent to the locker room. I don't know. As I guess as more reports come out, we'll find more details about the situation. However, this was a situation last year where I felt like he was having some bad situations, and the motivation and the he giving up on plays, just throwing in the towel, and I just don't like that, And I get it. Hey, look, Garrett Wilson is a premier receiver in this league, so Banks is at the CB2 position. However, I think. I don't know if it's the scheme, his confidence, because everything I see out of that young man's physical ability tells me he has the potential, but I just don't know what's clicking. Again, I don't know if it's the coaching staff, you feel me? Certainly can't be his physical ability, man, because from what I could tell on his game tape from when he was in college and even in that rookie year, he was a physical man corner, putting hands on you, most of the time keeping step for step with you. And oh man, now I'm nervous. Now my leg is starting to shake a little bit out of like my anxiety, because now it's just the same story continues in my mind. We just have no luck when it comes to these early, high draft pick corners, and it's just crazy how we haven't been able to figure that out yet. However, jury's still not out on that. Got to give it time. Still got 2 preseason games left. We can just only hope and pray he can get it together, man. And I'm pulling for the young man. I am pulling for the young man. No doubt about that. However, going into the second half, as I said, the tale of two halves, right? Jameis Winston. I said it before too. Signing that man over here to rally the troops, to be that, the personality in the locker room, the energy, a certain type of energy, if you will, uplift, loose, funny, but rally the troops type of energy. Because Russ can do that too. However, there's a certain level that Jameis does it that you can really appreciate. It's very relatable, because Russ comes off sometimes as a little bit of a, I want to say not relatable, but of a certain, shall I say, personality trait. I'll just leave it at that. That being the case, Jameis Winston rally the troops for the second half, man. 5 offensive plays, 3 touchdowns. I'm going to say it again. 5 offensive plays, 3 touchdowns. And from a fan of a team who has been lackluster in the offensive department, to know that they can take the punch and then get back up and deliver a blow after the fact, a decisive one no less, okay? A scene to Theo Johnson, right on the money. Over a 10-yard run by a Tyrone Tracy. Expect big things out of that young man. Pay attention. Number 29 will be getting busy this year. For as long as his O-line, fundamentals, right? As Born for Sports would like to say, hashtag point of attack. I like to call it trench control, right? Fundamental. Expect Tracy to do great things. Expect this offense in general, especially with a Russell Wilson at the helm and a Malik Neighbors as a target. Okay? But let us not forget Darius Slayton, who also had another touchdown today against the Jets. Nice little out route. So, again, man, I expect this team to be competent. Let's see what happens tomorrow with the second joint practice. Let's see what happens with the third one. I believe they have 3, possibly 4. I would have to double check. Then we have the preseason game against them. So we're going to see, man. Let's just cross our fingers, make sure everybody stays healthy through the joint practices. At the same time, I want the intensity to just be consistent or to continue to build. We need that. I just feel like for the longest time, it's just been a little lackadaisy here. I want to see that intensity. I want to see that drive as a fan, because I hate being at the bottom of the bin when it comes to this division. So, and that's the division. We're close to the bottom of the bin in the league at this point. So that's where I'm at with it. So, you love to see it as a fan. You love to see the good things. You hate to see the bad, but you hope to see the bad become good or at least decent. That's where I'm at with the bad and the worst. Because right now, like I said, for as much as I want to say banks will be closed on Sundays at this point, oh man, it just seems like the vote is wide open. That being the case, this was my recap for the joint practice, Jets versus Giants, leading up to the preseason 2 game. If you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe if you are new to the channel, especially if you feel that vibe. Leave a like, leave a comment, tell me how you feel. No problem engaging with the Aboriginal Sports faithful. Shout out to them and, to the subscribers here at my channel. So with that being said, I'm going to give y'all a big blue salute and peace.
From the shadows of MetLife to Mike's last track, GhostDog repping Big Blue, never looking back. Podcast sales, that's deep in the fog. Gridiron echoes follow the phantom dog. Jersey glows under moonless skies. Fades with the beat, but never truly dies. He barks once loud, a New York anthem blast. That vanishes like stories from podcast past.
This is a GhostDog mixtape original.